Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is El Dia Opina, which translates to the day's opinion. I am Dia, the day's opinion, and today I am so privileged to have this very special guest, Imam Mohammad Tawhidi, who came to prominence, for me anyway, when Ayan Hirsi Ali was banned from being let into the country. So, Imam Mohammad Tawhidi, thanks so much for being with us today. I really do appreciate it. I know it's taken a lot to get us to this point.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure, and greetings to you and to your audience.
Thank you. Well, just before we get into the nitty-gritty of the things that I want to talk about, it seems like bad things happen in threes. And what something happened to you on Facebook where you were banned or something. You were then punched in the face, and prior to that, you had a gushing blood coming out of your socket. So just do you want to just sort of clue everyone in as to all those details and how it's all going?
Yeah, look, it's part of the whole procedure of trying to bring change in a community that is infested by radical extremists,
Mm.
and some of them do tend to react to what I say very aggressively and without thought. Um, Look, I haven't been assaulted once or twice. This is something that's been recurring. And at the same time, many people say, Imam, why don't you just get bodyguards, walk around the streets with bodyguards? And I say, look, I do have bodyguards when I walk out in the streets to attend certain events where we know there will be opposition, or we go to certain areas where there's a high chance of me getting attacked. But generally, I don't really like having security. No human being likes that. Maybe many people see it as something nice to have security around you, but it's not really the case. It's something nobody wishes for themselves, to always be recognized and spotted in public.
Yeah.
Um, Look, this year I did request from my friends and fans and my supporters to help me out with security, because clearly this is something personal. It's got nothing to do with the government. Um, the amount we collected was just over $10,000, and that helped me install iron curtains onto my house windows and so on. But in order for me to always have security, that's a very high budget, and I'm not prepared to spend that much money on security. I'd rather stay behind doors, write a book, and spend my money on the book.
Yeah.
I'd rather make a website, tackle extremism. I don't want to be spending money on walking on the street with bodyguards. That's not something I need right now.
The video that you took of the guy being arrested was
Yeah.
really, I don't know, it was really satisfying, and I'm sure it was for you as well.
And a big thank you to South Australia Police. Big thank you to South Australia Police. This is the man that assaulted me. Thank you, South Australia Police. This is what a radical looks like. Yeah, it's still gone. Still gone, my friend. Enjoy. Bye-bye. On behalf of my Facebook friends and my fans, we say bye-bye. Bye-bye, radical. Bye-bye, jihadi.
Well, this is how it happened. Um, he was Einstein. So what he did was he assaulted me, then went inside and booked an appointment for 2 hours later.
Mm.
So we knew he was going to come back. So that wasn't very smart of him.
It really wasn't, was it?
Yeah, and we came back 2 hours later, and the police were magnificent, really good. I had myself and my team there, my secretary.
Oh.
Firstly, I took permission from the police. I said, "Can I film it?"
Mm.
The police. Obviously, now that I look back at it, I wish I hadn't broadcasted it live of their identity. I should have blurred it. However, it was a matter of praise. I was praising them.
Yeah,
And
you
when
were.
I
They
praise
did great.
I want them out there. Like, I want to give them the credit of who they are. These are the two guys, the two heroic police officers that were staying on site even before they were called to say, look, he's here, come and get him. They actually came there before me. Look, they deserve the credit. And I know that police officers don't like to be filmed. They don't like to be seen doing their duty. But these two guys were heroes, literally heroes. And I love them for what they did. It's the only reason why I didn't blur it was because I was going through so many emotions. I just wanted people to know what was happening to me, and then I had some. I was very upset as well, so I didn't want to waste any time. I've got family that's worried. I've got friends on Facebook that are worried, and my community is worried, and my office and
Yeah.
associations. So I said, you know what? Let's just show it. And I wanted to give the police the credit as well. So I did it. And I was very happy. I was very happy they were caught. It was the best day of the year because I've been assaulted so many times. This is the only time the guy actually gets arrested on spot.
Yeah, that's not a good thing that you get assaulted all the time, you poor thing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I'm glad that they were arrested. And actually, police these days seem to be really vilified, so it was good to have a positive story like that.
Yeah, you know, the police are really good in South Australia. When I say police, I respect and I love them all, everywhere in every state. But the police in South Australia, because I live here,
Yeah.
they've been really good to me. And, you
Yeah.
know, this is something that all of my friends and family members and teachers all appreciate. Like, these officers are really. Let me just tell you one of the things that the police in South Australia do to keep all of us safe. If I hear a loud sound in my property, they will come and actually tour the area. And you know, it's not like a drive-by. No, no, they're on foot in the middle of the night. It could be 3 a.m. They'd be prepared to go into the bushes. You know, I live next to a park, so they search the whole park. And this just goes to say thank you very much. And I'm saying this now because I'm planning on leaving South Australia soon.
Oh.
I have to acknowledge what they've been doing. They've been through hell and back to protect me.
Yeah.
They've been doing everything they can. Obviously, they can't provide personal security because that's not part of the procedure that we have in this country. But they've been doing everything they can.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really positive to hear. Great. So, you are a subsect of Shiite, correct?
Correct.
Are they the same brand of Islam that you are as well?
Correct.
Yes. So, would you mind giving a brief explainer to that? Because I know that Sunni and Shiite are somewhat different because the secondary the infighting is about the secondary leaders after. So, how is yours different?
Well, ours isn't really different theologically
Okay.
or ideologically. So we agree that after the Prophet comes Ali,
Yeah.
not Abu Bakr,
Yeah.
and
Ali,
we
the
stand by
cousin.
that. Correct. We stand by the cousin of the Prophet, and we believe that he's the most legitimate, also the most knowledgeable. But coming into modern day Islam, we're the type of Shia Muslims that are against the Iranian regime. We're against Hezbollah. We're against mixing politics with religion. We're against, getting involved in the political conflicts that are happening around the world. We believe in human rights for all.
Yeah.
Just the basic things that you see from me, that's actually me practicing my faith.
Yes.
So many people think that I'm actually rebelling from my main doctrine. No, no, no. My doctrine is there. I haven't changed my doctrine. I still believe in one God, and But the difference is when it comes to applying religion onto myself as an individual. No, this changes a lot. And yes, I have rebelled a lot because I don't believe in culture. When it comes to religion, the only culture I believe is the culture of the country that I live in. That's it. That's the only culture we have. And when it comes to religion, I believe in the religion that respects the law. So law of the land comes before law of the religion.
So you're all for like separation of church and state, give to Caesar
Without
what
a
is
doubt.
Caesar's, give to God what is God's.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, that's practical, really.
Yeah, it's basically common sense, and this common sense isn't really welcomed in the majority of Islamic communities.
Why do you think that is?
I think culture really has something to do with it. Culture, the educational systems, the preaching of the imams, the books that are being published, the tours every now and then. A Muslim imam takes a group of 50 guys to go visit Middle East. They come back definitely influenced because of the speed of things that happen in this tour influence their characters.
Do you think ideology being perpetuated the way liberalism is for so many people is the same thing that Islam in some cases or in many cases is doing as well, where they're perpetuating an idea and it is being believed by the adherents. Do you think there's a level at which we're not able to discern what the actual point of change is?
The idea of having a religion called Islam has always been evolutionary, always. And the belief of Muslims changes from time to time, and the levels of piety also changes from time to time. And this also depends on what area they're in and where they are living. So let me give you an example. In the early days of Islam, the religion itself focused on oral transmission of reports. So people acted based on what they had memorized, based on what they had amongst them, what they would listen to within their circles. Later on, what is known as the golden age of Islam, which is absolutely nonsense. There was no golden age. It was all theft from other civilizations. But the point is, when the translations came from the Romans and from a paper that came from China and so on during those times, the Muslims then began to write. They became writers, and by writing, I don't mean writing like how they were writing before on sheepskin. No, this time was literally they became authors. And I'm not speaking about Arabs here. I'm speaking about Muslims. The minority of the time, the persecuted minority of the time, that were clashing. Whether, because come on, 6th century Christianity wasn't that peaceful. This whole time was a time of violence. The fact is, others have reformed, we still haven't.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think most would agree with that. That's the
So-
issue, though, right? That it's politicized, and it shouldn't be. It should be faith. That's it.
Correct.
It shouldn't be a legislated structure.
No, Islam itself is a legislative structure.
Like
For
it
every-
shouldn't be, correct?
It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But it's politics. In order for us Muslims to explain to the non-Muslims what this practice is, we classify it as Islamic politics. But it's not really politics. This is Sharia law. That's why I'm against Islamic governments, because a large part of it comes from Sharia law. Look at, for example, the government of Saudi Arabia. A quick example. The government of Saudi Arabia, for them, beheading is the legal punishment for apostasy.
Yes. And
Whereby
Israelis and
the same-
Christians.
Whereby the same Islamic nation of Kuwait is an Islamic nation, beheading is something frowned upon.
There
The
you go.
difference, here's an Islamic government, here's an Islamic nation applying democracy. That's the difference.
I did want to get into the introduction that we had, and I just wanted to quickly let the audience hear what your analysis was, and that is that a lot of people are under the impression, at least I was, that if the particular strand of Islam that the Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, practiced were still practiced today, that we'd have a very benign sense of what Islam is. But you had a very interesting answer, and I'd like you to sort of enlighten us as to why you think it would have been inevitable regardless.
The Shah himself wasn't a religious figure.
Okay.
Khomeini, who overthrew him, was a religious figure.
Khomeini, yeah.
The Shah, whatever he didn't represent a religion.
Okay.
Because not only Muslims rose against the Shah, even the Jews and the non-Muslims and the Christians of Iran also stood against him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, they also stood against him.
I thought President
Look,
Carter.
it's a debate between, in my opinion, it's a debate between the bad and the worse. The Shah was bad, in my opinion.
Okay.
But he was a lot better than Khomeini.
Yeah.
A lot better than Khomeini. And I believe the main reason why people overthrew the Shah was because of the financial situation and the economic situation of Iran, poverty.
Oh, I thought the economy was booming.
Well, it was, but not for the nation. It was for the elites.
Oh.
It was booming for the elites. It wasn't booming for the regular people. Alongside that, there were some oppressions with regards to religion. So people's religions were being violated. Their faith was being violated. So the hijab of women's heads was being pulled by the police and so on. So people were being violated, and therefore, the uprising happened.
Yeah.
However, Khomeini, now people wanna get rid of his government, the Khamenei government, because of corruption, because of murders, because of crimes the Shah never committed. No matter what the Shah committed, these guys that committed in the name of God is a million times worse. We can't compare the two together.
What was he? What is he a Shiite? Do you know?
Who?
The Shah.
Well, the Shah was a Shiite Muslim.
He was a Shiite Muslim. I thought he was.
Yeah, he was a Shiite Muslim of Sunni roots. A Shiite Muslim of Sunni roots. However, there is a debate still around this as to where he was really a Shiite, because it's not up to me and you to decide who's a Shiite.
No, of course not. I was just curious as to what the consensus
I mean, as in me and you now, but I mean as in regular people.
Sorry, yeah.
Usually the hierarchies that say, okay, this guy, he's killed a grand Islamic authority, be executed him, he's no longer a Shia Muslim. That's how things work.
Yeah.
With the offices of Islamic authorities.
Okay. I wanted to ask you whether, now in Australia recently, obviously the vote was that everyone's 60% said yes to the gay vote, and already from what I'm noticing, at least, I'm observing that Christians are already being slightly persecuted, targeted, people are already going out of the way. Do you think that this is a step into something bad for people of faith, or do you think it'll be fine and that it's just the current climate right now and that it'll subside? Do you have an opinion on that?
I'm going to be a bit frank with you here.
Go for it.
Look, I'm a conservative.
Same.
I don't classify myself a conservative because I get involved in politics, because I don't. But because my views fall within that category, that these are conservative views. And they don't come out of nowhere. They come from a history of being persecuted, fleeing Islamic governments, wanting to live under democracy, appreciating the values we share as Australians. That's the main reason why I have these views that are very pro-human civilization, Western civilization, and are against Islamic caliphates. Essentially, or initially, shall I say, I said yes to the votes.
Okay.
When it first began, I said yes, only because I wanted to oppose Sharia law.
I wasn't actually asking for your vote, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just adding this extra bit for you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I said yes, only to oppose Sharia law. But then, deep inside, I wasn't really happy with yes. I wasn't really, because I know that even if I had no religion, I would still be voting no. My personal answer would be no. It would be no, and I don't get involved in these debates at all, whether it be yes or no. It's got nothing to do with me.
No, exactly.
Me personally, I don't believe religion should get involved in any of this talk. Let the people choose, and the people chose, and I guess that's it. My one vote wouldn't have made a difference.
Don't you think that there is a way to get the yes vote without being so antagonistic and without vilifying religious groups? And now it seems I predict that it may get worse. Like I've already seen in America where Christians, who politely say, "I'd rather not bake you a wedding cake."
I'm a married gay man, so you might think that I appreciate the government forcing a Christian baker or photographer or florist to act against their religion in order to cater, photograph, or decorate my wedding. But you'd be wrong. A government that can force Christians to violate their conscience can force me to violate mine. If a baker won't bake you a cake, find another baker. Don't demand that the state tell him what to do with his private business.
I don't think I'm comfortable making you a pizza for your engagement party. And there was another case where two gay guys or two gay women went out to sue a Christian dating website for not offering women with women and men with men. I see that happening here. Don't you think that that is where we could possibly be headed? And if so,
Well,
what do we do?
It is possible with governments like Labour and the Greens wanting to go ahead with government and so on. It's possible. Why not? That will happen, and unfortunately, it will happen. I don't believe that it's right that the Christian majority gets persecuted, the practicing Christians get persecuted because they want to refuse a marriage.
Refuse politely.
I've been very ashamed of my fellow homosexuals and the way that they have behaved toward Christians in some of the media circuses that have happened recently. I have.
So I can go with you on that. But
Deeply horrified to watch gay people treat Christians as gays were treated barely 2 decades ago.
Sure.
Yeah. Look, I get people who are gay come to me and say, "Can you please conduct a marriage contract?" Mm-hmm. Muslims in Adelaide who are gay and they want to get married.
Yeah.
And I say no, not because I don't want to help them.
Yeah, because we're automatically homophobes and bigots. That's the only thing
No,
people think.
it's actually not that. I don't care if they want to get married or not.
Neither.
The thing is, in religion, in my life, formula or procedure for two guys to get married together.
So do it civically. Do it like with a celebrant.
Yeah. We don't have that in religion. I can't invent things for the gay people. I can't. I'm not a prophet.
Yeah, it's like getting
So
money
I
out of
can't
thin air.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No,
And if I say no, because it will affect me, and every day my views have become very strong against the vote. Basically, because now there's a leaked video. I think it was Mark Latham. Yeah, it was Mark Latham, the Outsiders, that showed.
Oh, I love Mark Latham. Sorry.
Yeah. The video that showed a teacher, a female teacher, teaching young children in class how to masturbate.
Oh, vile.
Yes, secretly filmed. So I said, no, I don't want this. I don't want my children to go to school and be taught that.
Now, Marika, I'm sure around the country people will be asking, is that the reason we send our kids to school? The reason as taxpayers we fund school education? That's a recording. The video there is obviously shot down into the floor, but the key thing is the audio of the teacher's voice promoting masturbation techniques in a class that's mixed, boys and girls, as young as 13. Your reaction?
Yeah. Well, I think it's clear actually on the audio. You can actually hear those the kids in the class, and to me, their sounds are feeling very uncomfortable.
What happens is that it gradually starts. You wouldn't think that there's an ideology attached to being a homosexual, but that seeps into the curriculum, and then feminism seeps into the curriculum, and they say, well, keep religion out of school. Okay, but then why don't these other ideologies that are toxic, why don't they apply the same logic with that? But they don't see it that way. It's like the powers of critical thinking is backwards.
Indeed, I agree with you.
And we can't really combat it, I guess. I mean, petitions, I don't know. I'm not really sure what we can do, but it is what it is.